bitch.
Oh, you ain't know.
Body bitch, Bobby bitch. Body bitch, make that body flip. You know I don't know karate, bitch. We dropping bodies, bitch. They say shooting is my hobby, bitch, and I'm a problem.
Man, my name is Jermaine Pegues, born and raised in Seattle, living in New York and pursuing my dreams. Man, I've been grinding. The one thing I can say about the music industry is it's really like a place that you see where everybody starts at the bottom and works their way up. You can see somebody go from an intern to a CEO in 10 years. I mean, you've got examples like Kevin Liles who's done it. So my path was, I knew I had to break into the industry some way, somehow. In Seattle, it's not New York or LA, so it's not the easiest. So what I did was, I had an uncle that's a DJ in Seattle, DJ Pegues. He's been doing this thing for years out there. He had access to a website called DigiWax. That website has label contacts like crazy. So I got like 300 label contacts. I was like 17 at the time. Hit up all these people, just like, hey, I'm a kid from Seattle, I'm interested in getting in the music industry, I'm willing to take an internship, doing whatever I need to do it. I sent 300 emails out, got 6 responses. One of those responses was from G-Unit, which got my foot in the door. It was Street Team Work on the Terminator on Sight album. Did that for like a year, did some other G-Unit projects. Something else popped up with Maybach Music, which is ironic when you look at those two camps. But went over to Maybach, was inspired by the guy that put me on at Maybach. His name's Lex Pierre Lewis. He was just like, he wrote an inspirational email to me. He was just like, the music industry is, you can go from an intern and make it to the top. I'm proof of it. I was an intern, I was working the corners, I was hanging up posters, I was promoting all these shows, and now I'm running my own company. He got hired by Maybach to do their lifestyle marketing. He was looking for a team, got put on with the team. I would say there was about 100 of us from all over the world that was working it. I was the only one that had Seattle. I had that whole territory by myself. We was running a contest. I finished 3rd out of the 100 people that I was working with out there. I mean, but all the time I'm looking back at this stuff and I'm like, man, all this was resume builders. So I get all that from Maybach. I'm networking at the same time, getting crazy connections. I end up moving to New York and I'm like, man, I'm working at the time a full-time job 5 days a week, and I'm like, I know my passion is in the music industry. So it's like, I'm in New York, what better place to do this at? I find an internship at Sony Music, apply for it, get a call back, go in there, and it's like, I'm like, I want to get paid to work in the music industry, but I'll do whatever it takes to get in. You know, this is like me actually working at a label in New York. I get in, all they have open is pop promotions. Now I come from an urban background, so I'm just like, I want to be well-rounded, because you never know what or who you're going to have to deal with. So I do the thing with pop. It goes good, I get asked to come back, but I tell them, I'm like, hey, my passion is in A&R, and I want to get in urban. I move over there, I get set up with the right person. That was the key. Like I said, it's all about connections in this industry. Got set up with the right person. I told her, I was like, this is my goal, is to get hired out of this. She looked out for me, got me a position, and now I'm working as an administrative assistant in the A&R department, which is, I'm on the right path to where I want to be. You know, I'm rubbing shoulders with people that I used to read about back in the day. I see somebody like L.A. Reid every day, and he knows me, we're interacting together. I'm getting mentored by people that have all this clout in the industry, and I mean, I couldn't be in a better place right now. Learning it the right way, and it's perfect for me right now. It was tough. I mean, you're taking a leap of faith. It's always hard to give up more money, but sometimes you have to look at a situation like you take 1 step back to take 2 steps forward. So I knew, like I was telling myself the whole time, could I live the rest of my life if I didn't pursue this? I mean, my parents have always told me, like, if there's something you want to do it. Because I couldn't be 40 years old and look back at it and say I had a chance to work in the music industry and didn't pursue it because I was worried about making money. I know that I can always go back to what I had before. I can go back to Seattle and live the same life I had. But this experience that I'm getting out here, the connections I'm making, it's all worth it. The most inspirational place for me was probably it was Athens, Greece. I got out there, all the history that was there. I mean, you see things like the Acropolis. We're all like, you really get into the Greek mythology out there. It's just, I feel like you learn a lot about yourself by traveling. I mean, you don't want to be confined in one area. I have friends that have been in Seattle their whole life, and it's just like you need to experience something else. I'd always recommend somebody moving away from their comfort zone, just to learn more about themselves, get to know other people, and it really is somewhere to draw inspiration from. Another place I've been to that was inspirational was Dubai. You see a lot out there that motivates you, that wants to, you go there and you're like, man, I may feel like I have money where I'm from, but I come out here and I feel like I'm not anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes you want to grind harder. It makes you want to be like, the next time I come out here, I want to be the man.
Right.
So it just makes you, when you come back home, you're just like, you see something else. That's what you're shooting for, no longer the things that are surrounding you. I would love to work with Jay-Z. Just how long he's been in the game for. I mean, he's been around early 90s, still relevant today, still making a lot of money, and he's just somebody I just want to sit down and have a conversation with him. You know, just like, what keeps you motivated? How are you always, it seems to be one step ahead of the game? And then how did you venture out to doing other things that kept you relevant? So, I mean, that would be the perfect person. My ultimate goal in this music thing is to start my own label and be the head man. So, I mean, everybody I listen to, I feel like I'm a sponge, so I'm just soaking up the game, because it doesn't matter who it is, like, I'll talk to you, I'll get everything out of it, because even bad inspirations are good ones. My best inspirations have been bad inspirations. So, I mean, you look at people that aren't doing things the right way, and it still helps me, you know, because I know what path not to go down. I mean, I'm biased, definitely. So, I mean, I always look at Seattle music in a different light than some of these executives will. But at the same time, I feel like we're in a great place right now. All it takes is one artist from your city to blow, and you have everybody checking for you, and then you have a whole nother wave of artists that are right behind them ready to do it. Seattle's been putting out quality music for a while. So all it takes is, I mean, Macklemore may be that person. I mean, he's got all the publicity, he's got the Grammy, and it just makes people dig deeper into the city, start researching the artists that are from there, and then you see all this quality work that's come out of the city. I mean, I'm always gonna love the town, and ultimately, I want to break somebody from Seattle in the industry. I mean, that's something that my passion's in. I want to break that artist from Seattle.
Okay.
Because we definitely have the talent.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for sitting here.
Thank you.
And allowing me to question the shit out of you. Thank you.